Hey, boxing fans, what do you say? What do you know? What are you doing? Old school saying here with a little bit of an update. I want to talk to you a little bit today about little post fight discussion about the Plant Canelo fight. Going to be real short. Then I want to talk to you a little bit about what's next for Canelo. Plant fight, real quick. Went exactly as you and I thought it was going to go. Just too much power. Plant. We discovered that, as we suspected, Plant really can't crack an egg. God bless him for being in there, but the guy has really no punching ability at all at that weight. Just can't crack an egg. Also think he fought the wrong fight. Showed a lot of courage, though. I thought he sat in the pocket much longer than he should have with Canelo. Took some big shots from him, early on. And then eventually just gassed out. So, but I give him all the credit in the world. These guys put their life on the line when they go in there. So I'm happy that he made the money that he made. He had the championship. He had a few, three defenses, 4 defenses, whatever it was. Made his money. Maybe fight a little bit more, make some more cash with the name that you have right now. But then get out, kid, get out. Because I don't think he's got the ability to really fight at that championship level with the guys in the division that are there right now. He just doesn't have the power, number one, and number two, he's a good boxer. He's not a great boxer. This thing with the sweet hands and whatnot, he's not a Sugar Ray Leonard, Wilfredo Benitez. He doesn't have that kind of ability, where you say he's a great boxer or anything. But I wish him nothing but the best. Now the next thing they're talking about is having Canelo fight Triple G. Interesting. Okay, interesting. I don't think that's a worthwhile fight. Although I'll watch it. I'll even pay for it. But I just think Triple G is just too far out. But he's 39 years old. I think they fought 4 years ago. He was already just over the hill and on the way down. And Canelo was not at his peak yet. Canelo has stayed active over these years and has gotten better and better and better. Triple G has gotten older, and he hasn't fought, so I don't think that makes for good prospects on his part. However, a guy with power, you can't take away from the guy's boxing ability, and the guy has a granite chin, so he's always going to be in a fight. But I just don't think he's going to be able to beat Canelo at this point. I think that's probably. He probably takes, because of his chin, he takes a massive beating in that fight, in the mid to later rounds, and they wind up stopping it. That would be my prediction for the Triple G fight. But the more intriguing fight is the David Benavidez fight. This is the one that everybody's talking about, and for good reason. Benavidez has all of the physical qualities, physical traits that it would take to beat a guy like Canelo. He's got the height, he's got the reach, and he's got the power. The guy also has obviously really tremendous, I don't know if I use the word tremendous yet. He's got really good boxing skills. He's got a good hard stiff jab. I'd like to see him double and triple up on it a little bit more. I think he'll need to do that to beat Canelo. But he's got a tremendous jab. He's got the type of jab that not only annoys you and keeps you a little bit off balance, but he's got one that can stop you in your tracks. And that's what you need against a guy like Canelo, because when you got a jab like that and you're able to stop a guy, that puts you in a position to reorient yourself and to continue your attack, or to avoid Canelo's attack. So he's got that type of jab. There's no doubt about it. He's got good hand speed. I don't think he's got great hand speed. He's got good hand speed, and he throws really nice combinations. He's got real good balance. Works the body and works the head in succession really nicely. So those alone are really formidable qualities that very few fighters, if anybody today, has. But it's going to take more than that to beat Canelo. It's going to take more than that. And this is the way this thing works. This is what makes boxing so intriguing, because you got a guy like Canelo who's fully established, who has all of the questions answered already. Okay? All the check boxes are checked off. Power, check. Chin, check. Stamina, check. Competitive spirit, check. Okay? The only one that he doesn't have, the only one that's not answered, ironically, is one that's a product of his greatness. I always think when I look back and I look at the old-time fighters, guys who fought 100, 120, 140, 150 times, invariably they got into situations where they got hurt, they got knocked down, and they had to come back. I mean, just think about it, all of them. Think about all the guys who had that kind of longevity. You look at Ray Robinson, you look at Archie, Archie Moore, Willie Pep, all those guys who accumulated a lot of fights. All of them at some point in time had to come off the deck and win a fight. That hasn't happened with Canelo. It's a question mark, but it's a very small question mark, because I don't know if there's anybody out there that could actually bring him to that point right now. So that's the only thing that I have with Canelo. Benavidez, on the other hand, you still got those question marks. To beat Canelo, again, we talked about the good qualities that he has, the qualities that it's going to take to beat a guy like Canelo. But here's the real question. Does he have the other qualities? What are they? Number one, ability to take a punch. Okay? Now, this guy has a warrior mentality. He wants to sit in the pocket, he wants to fight, and he wants to exchange with you. So far, against the guys that he's fought, he's done well because he's been able to overwhelm them with his offense. So his defense is his offense. The times where he has gotten hit, he looks like he takes a pretty good shot. I think he was knocked down once in his career. If I remember, it was more of either a slip or a push, or he got punched and he was off balance, but wasn't really hurt. So it appears that he's got a good chin, but you never know until you get hit by a guy who's, like Canelo, who's got that tremendous power. You don't know how he's going to react. And he's not going to, I don't think he's going to be able to overwhelm Canelo offensively to the point where Canelo is not going to be able to, have momentum and have some sting behind his punch. I don't think so. You're going to get hit. So I think what he's going to have to be able to do, which he hasn't shown me, is the ability to use his feet and box. Now, unlike the Plant fight, he's not going to have to get on his bicycle, pepper him with the jab, move, maybe get in there once in a while and exchange with him a little bit. He's not going to have to do that to that extent, but he's still going to have to be able to move. He's going to have to be able to hit Canelo with that jab, stop him, boom, move, reorient himself, get an angle, do the same thing, and then pick his spots where he wants to sit down and bang with Canelo. Okay, to me that would be the fight plan. Is he able to do that? My guess would be that he could, because he's a good athlete. Okay, my guess would be that he could do that. But here's the question: does he have the propensity to do that? Is he predisposed to do that? I don't know, because you look at the guy, and the guy wants war. He wants to go to war with you. Now, when he goes to camp on the fight, I'm sure they're going to be working on his, doing a little bit more boxing. But when you get in there and you start banging, a lot of times that goes out the window. So the question is, can he do it? I think so. Will he do it? That's another question. Okay. The other thing is, we're getting back to the punching, getting back to the ability to take a punch. I notice, and you may disagree with me, I may be taking this a little bit further than it needs to go, but I notice when he gets hit to the body, he does something that fighters do. I've seen fighters do who don't like getting hit to the body, and that's what they do is they you can't see, they kind of draw down on their trunks with their hands, both of their hands. To me, that's an indication that the body shot hurt you. Now you look at his body, he's not a chiseled guy. He looks like he's got a little bit of rubber around there. Doesn't necessarily mean that you can't take a shot. I've seen plenty of guys that are kind of loose in the middle, could take a great body shot. But this is just my observation. I could be completely wrong. But that's a question mark that I have. Can he take the body punch? If he can't take the body punch, he's going to be in for a long night against Canelo, because what happens is you get hit in the body early on and it's hurting you. As you get into the later rounds, even those mid to later rounds, it starts to take your legs away. And when it takes your legs away, a lot of people may not realize this. Obviously, if your legs are gone, you're going to be forced to sit in the pocket. But the thing is, your legs provide a lot of your punching power. If you don't have legs, your punching power goes. And against a guy like Canelo, that's suicide. So I don't know. I don't know how he's going to react to that. But so these are the questions that need to be answered with him. I don't know. At this point, I'm not committed as to whether or not he's got the ability. He's the full package that it's going to take to beat Canelo. I'm going to give it some more thought. I'm not going to make a commitment here to you, but I find this intriguing. The Plant fight, I think we all could predict it was an easy one. And thank you for the compliments about how I broke the fight down. But to be honest with you, I think it was a pretty easy fight to call. This one is a different story, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet, so I'm not going to make the commitment. Give it some more thought, and then. When that fight is signed and we get much closer to it, I'll definitely make a commitment about who I think is going to win the fight. But anyway, that's my take on these 3 fights. If you disagree, agree, please. I really enjoy interacting with you. Please leave your comments, and I'd be happy to respond to you. Canelo Plant, God bless you. Maybe it's time to open the gym, become a trainer, maybe take it up a couple of more fights and make yourself some money. But I think you need to get out of the game. That's to be really honest with you. Anyhow, that's all I got for you today. It's old school saying. Remember what my dad always told me. I'm going to tell you this every time I talk to you. He said, son, keep those hands moving, keep your head moving, keep ducking, and if you get knocked down, get your butt back up, because this life of ours is hard. And for you young guys out there, I'll tell you right now, it gets harder and harder and harder. I'm going to be 63 pretty soon, and then within the next month, and I can tell you it's harder to get out of bed every day. But you got to keep doing it. You got to keep trucking on. You got to keep doing your thing and just keeping on with your life. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I wish you all nothing but peace and love, and take care of your family. Be patient with the people around you. Remember, love is the most powerful force in this entire universe. Don't let anybody make a hater out of you. Okay? Anyway, peace out. Love you all. Old School Saint signing off.